This is my city, and I'm a journalist because I love knowing what makes it tick. I've grown up in cities all my life. I grew up in Birmingham, one of the biggest cities in the UK, outside London. I grew up loving to know where all the parties were, where the best thing to do was. I used to love riding the train lines, getting buses just to see where they went. I used to love finding out new things, finding a new environment, a new area, a new place, and discovering exactly what it was that made people in that place tick. And that's what I do now. I work in Norwich, a place where there's an awful lot more going on than first meets the eye, most of the time. And it's a privilege to me to know as much as I do about the place, to know that we have the world's largest collection of teapots in our Castle Museum, to know little things like we have the largest collection of Victorian kidney stones, probably in the world, housed in our hospital. One of those is a hidden fact, the sort of thing that you don't get to know unless you talk to lots of people, you know the area well. I love those facts. I love knowing those facts. Like this. What time is it now? We're about 6:30 now. In about 6 hours' time, this will become one of the most dangerous streets in the county. It'll be full of clubbers, it'll be full of people. And I'll be here too, quietly, getting home, probably. Possibly just sleeping in my house. I love living at the centre of things. I love existing right in the very, very middle. And again, that's what I do as a journalist. Most of all, though, I'm passionate about what I do online. I'm passionate about taking what I know about this little city and turning it into maps, turning it into information, using more information to unlock what there is at the heart of this place. I'm excited about data. I'm excited about intangible things, the sorts of things that you don't see walking down the streets. I'm excited about opportunities online, but I'm also excited by newsprint, by the feel of the paper in my hands. I love looking at a story that I've written on the front page and thinking, yeah, I did a good job there. I love telling people stories. Part of getting right to the heart of things isn't just the several thousand people who pour down that road I just mentioned later on tonight. It's also about the individuals. Every single one of those people has a story and a reason for being there. Absolutely nobody is ever boring. Being a journalist means I get to be nosy. I get to pry into those stories, find out exactly what it is that makes people tick, that make the city tick. And I'm lucky. I've been able to interview people, all sorts of people, from big celebrity chefs and star backers for various projects, through to taxi drivers, barmaids, people whose lives are, mundane is the wrong word, but people who are perfectly normal, people who are just people going through life day after day. I'm unbelievably lucky because every time I get to interview one of those people, they remind me that there is beauty in the ordinary, that every day it's possible to discover something absolutely fascinating about your next door neighbour, or the guy that brings the sandwiches to work. Any one of these people could hold an incredible story, and we so very, very rarely ask them. I love that my job is to ask them. And I also love that my job is to take the mundanities of the world and sometimes just to look up. That's Norwich Cathedral. You won't be able to see it very well because of my iPhone. And that's the other thing, right? iPhones, brilliant inventions, mean that I can do this to you on my walk home, mean that I can take a photo and have it uploaded on Twitter in an instant and it can be flashing halfway around the world if I want it to be. This amazing web of intangible connections. And it's when I start having conversations like that I start remembering, thinking, why would you not want to do this? Why on earth would you not want to have the freedom to go anywhere, to write anything, to talk to anyone. And all that while getting right under the skin of the place you live and talking to the people right next door. It makes me happy. It excites me. That's what I do.